What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So as you know, we had the press conference today, the Federal Reserve meeting, Jerome Powell, the Q&A, all that good stuff. And it actually just concluded pretty much at the time that I'm filming this video. So we got a 75 basis point hike, and Jerome Powell said there's more to come. And he also said a couple of things here that we're going to break down in this video that kind of scared the markets a little bit, and that's why the markets are red. So we might as well just get into it, guys. Sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, hit that like button, and don't forget to get your 12 stocks from Webull and your $10 plus up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. Link down below, and let's talk. So right now it's about 3:15 p.m. on the East Coast, and the markets, like I said, are down all across the board. We have the Russell down 1.4%, NASDAQ down 1.1%, the S&P is down 0.7%, as the Dow, believe it or not, is pretty much at break even. The Dow's not doing that bad today so far, but again, small caps, tech stocks, they're not doing well. So initially, once this, started at about 2 p.m. on the East Coast, the markets shot up. We got a pop here on Triple Q from 273 to about roughly 280, and actually more like 278. So initially it shot up, let's see here, about 1.8, close to 2%. And then at about 2:30 p.m., as the press conference started, Jerome Powell started speaking. He started saying certain things. That's a tongue twister, even though it's kind of not. But he started saying things, and the market started to sell off. We got that initial dump, huge red candle. I know if you guys were watching this live, you saw exactly, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. We got a huge red candle right here. I mean, literally in a couple seconds, this thing dumped like 1.5%. Then we got a bit of a relief rally. Then we dumped again to 270, another 2.3% drop. So talk about volatility on Triple Q here, guys. So what ended up moving the markets? Well, initially, and again, you guys know because you were watching this, or maybe you weren't watching it, I don't know, I was, but I was watching the markets and the press conference, and when Jerome Powell said rates have to go higher than previously expected, that's when the markets essentially tanked right on the dot. And, take it for what it is. If he's saying rates have to go higher than previously expected, what's that going to do? That's going to spook the market in the short term, even though, we kind of knew that based on, data that we've been seeing. We would expect that maybe rates have to go up a little bit higher, but yeah, it spooked the markets out. And again, we ended up dumping about 2.5% in a couple of seconds, more like 1.7%, and then later on 2.5%. When that happened here on Triple Q. And SPY in the same time period at about 2 p.m., let's see here, it went up about, from 383 to about 388. It shot up 1.4%. That was right around 2:30 p.m. And then when we got that, what I just told you, that piece from Jerome Powell, he said rates higher than previously expected. SPY fell 1.6, rallied about 1%. Then it dumped again about 2% after he said it's premature to say that it's time to lag rate hikes. In other words, slow them down or maybe stop them completely, which is pretty crazy to think, them stopping rate hikes completely right now. But yeah, I think there was a question. There was a question, asking him about that. And again, he said it's premature to say it's time to lag rate hikes. We have ways to go. I'm pretty sure he said those exact words. He said we have ways to go, meaning, and before, again, he said higher than previously expected. We might be getting more rate hikes, guys, higher than previously expected, and we have ways to go. That's kind of what spooked the market here, 100%, and that's why we're falling. And you can see here in real time, we're going down for those lows by the looks of it. SPY was at 378.96 just about 30 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. We're pretty much there. Triple Q also pretty much right at the lows. If I pull it up, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, we're pretty much there, guys. 270. We're now at $270 and 50 cents. So at this point, in my opinion at least, it wasn't anything crazy from left field, but he did sound pretty firm, pretty, I don't want to say extremely hawkish, but he's firm. And, he's saying that inflation is not really coming down. The jobs market's still hot. The unemployment rate's still low, which all that, if you think about it, makes sense. So markets are selling off, which also makes sense to me, and that's all across the board. Again, the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell. We have silver and gold down. I don't have my phone on me. Actually, I do. I could check Bitcoin and Ethereum very quickly, guys. Let's take a look here. I'm sure they're down, or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Make sure to hit that like button as well. So right now, Bitcoin is actually up 0.25%, up to 20,500. Nothing crazy. Ethereum's at 1560, down actually about 0.6%. So looks like we're red all across the board. And there's only a few stocks on my watch list, guys, that are green. There's really not many at all. You can see right here, JD is green. It's a Chinese company. Humana is green. It's up 1.1%, which we call that breakout. We nailed that about 10 days, 2 weeks ago, roughly. Tencent is up right now. Another Chinese company up about 0.75%. And why is JD up 5%? Is it just one of those days, or is there any specific news on JD? I'm not seeing anything on JD, but overall, JD's up, Tencent, Humana, AMD's up. They reported earnings yesterday. We covered them, if you guys remember, and they missed on EPS and revenue from what I remember, and guidance for full year 22 and for the next quarter were under the estimates. At least the lower end of the range was under the estimates. So AMD, even though that was the case, it is actually up about 0.4%. Not bad on the day, right around $60 a share. And it makes sense because I think I made a TikTok on this. Make sure to follow me on TikTok at StasserFest. AMD came into this report down like 70%. I mean, it was down from 160 to $55. Maybe not 70%, but it got destroyed. So for earnings, for this to go down even more, earnings would have to have been horrible, right? Which I'm not going to say they were horrible, but they for sure weren't great either. That's for sure. So yeah, I mean, today it's one of those days, guys, and Powell definitely did not give the markets what the markets wanted. We pretty much just got more uncertainty out of that, I'd say. Well, maybe not really, but it's the fact that his stance was super hawkish, right? I wouldn't say super hawkish, but you know what I mean. Him saying that they're higher than previously expected, rates have to go higher, and it's premature to say, it's time to lag the rate hikes. We have ways to go. So that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. And stocks like, let's take a look at these guys very quickly before we wrap this video up. Stocks like Airbnb are down $90 to $96, but they're down 12%. And we have SoFi giving back all the gains and some from yesterday. SoFi is down 11.3%. Unbelievable. Look at this. SoFi yesterday, I think they reported, or was that the day before? It was yesterday. The stock ran up 18% at one point. And now, and mind you, it closed at 570 yesterday. Now it's at 508. It looks like it's about to break under $5. So just when you thought SoFi was ripping, SoFi was breaking out, it's reversing. And this is the kind of market that we're seeing. It seems like every little rally that certain stocks see, any large rally, they're not sustainable. They get sold off, they get thrown to the dirt, and that's what we're seeing with SoFi, to the point where it's under the lows from last week. I mean, this is nuts. And sure, we are still holding trend here, I guess you could argue. And I mean, I'm gonna say this. Listen to this, guys. This is a falling knife for sure, but we're holding trend, so there could be some sort of relief rally. I mean, maybe a little bounce back play if we do somehow hold 5, but don't get too excited about that. I'd be a little bit cautious about it, but again, keep an eye. It is holding trend. And Airbnb, if I pull this up, it's down 11.5%. Their earnings weren't that great, and I kind of gave my take on real estate and Airbnbs and traveling. It might not be the best economy heading the next 6-12 months, in my opinion, especially for Airbnb, which essentially is real estate. I mean, that's what it is. People buy real estate and they put it on Airbnb, right? And let's say people aren't buying as much real estate, rates are high, they can't afford the payments, they can't cash flow the properties. I'm thinking that Airbnb's taking a hit, at least in the short term. They're not going to go out of business. I mean, who's a good comparable, or not a competition to Airbnb? I mean, hotels, yeah, for sure, but who's a direct competitor to Airbnb? I don't personally know. There probably is one. Maybe I just don't know it, but yeah, I mean, at this point, they can get hit very aggressively over the next couple of months. But long term, I think they'll be fine. This is a company that's been around for quite a bit, and it just went public. I mean, 2 years ago, not 3 years ago, roughly. But they've been around, obviously, before that. So overall, guys, that is the bombshell that was dropped on the markets today, which is, the reason why the markets are getting destroyed now. We might as well wrap back around and take a look here because they're more red than when I started this video. SPY's now taking the lows out easily. I mean, it easily did that. Now we're at 278.40. Triple Q ended up going under. Obviously, look at that. It's under 268. So now Triple Q is down officially 3.5% from 278 where it was once the Fed meeting started. That was not even an hour ago, guys. So in 50 minutes, 40 minutes, this thing dropped 3.5%. SPY dropped about, let's see here, this is insane. It dropped about 2.5%. So you might as well get your $10 from Moomoo plus up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000 because these losses are insane. So you might as well get some free money with at least a $100 deposit link down below. And it also helps out the channel, guys. And you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. And I guess with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll make one more video today. We'll go over how the markets ended here, how the last 30 minutes go. We'll break down some earnings as well. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching as always. Peace out.